In a tragic and devastating incident, authorities say that a 2-year-old girl died in a hot car after her parents made the thoughtless decision to leave her there overnight. I'm Ernest Bethea, the last outlaw. This is Bethea'S Byte, and it's reloaded. Authorities said a 2-year-old Florida girl who fell asleep in her car seat died after she allegedly was left in a hot car on purpose by her parents. The girl's parents, 23-year-old Kathreen Adams and 32-year-old Christopher McLean, were arrested and charged with child neglect, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Holmes County Sheriff John Tate said at a news conference on Wednesday that additional charges are expected. Deputies responded to a home in the Florida Panhandle community of Prosperity at 3:43 p.m. Tuesday after a hysterical woman called 911. Sheriff Tate said the 911 operator was unable to get information from the woman because she was screaming. The responding deputy was met at the home with the person carrying the unresponsive 2-year-old. The deputy immediately began CPR until emergency medical services arrived and took over, but the child was pronounced dead shortly afterward. Adams initially told deputies she found her daughter inside the home unresponsive. The sheriff said the child's temperature was 107 degrees, so we knew something wasn't adding up. During the investigation, authorities learned that the child had been left in a car for about 14 hours. Adams eventually told deputies that she had left work around midnight and went to a relative's house to pick up the 2-year-old and the girl's 4-year-old sibling. Adams, McLean, and the children then drove home, the sheriff said. The baby was asleep in the car seat. They decided to leave the child in the car and went inside and ultimately fell asleep and did not wake up or did not realize that the child was in the car until around 3:41 that afternoon, he said. The sheriff said Adams purposely, through her own statement, left the child in the car throughout the night. McLean was uncooperative and invoked his rights and did not wish to give us a statement or talk to us at that time, according to the sheriff. Sheriff Tate said there are some discrepancies about what time the couple actually found the girl and when 911 was called. Adams also said the 4-year-old got out of the car and went into the house. We do not have any evidence of whether he was in the car or in the house. That's still something we're trying to find out, the sheriff said about the 4-year-old. A search of the couple's home found methamphetamine, marijuana, CBD gummies, and drug paraphernalia. Adams told authorities that she and McLean smoked marijuana after they went into the house. When asked if he had a message to the community, the sheriff said, "Don't do drugs. I honestly believe methamphetamine and drugs is the culprit behind this death. That's what happens when you use drugs. You lose sense of what's going on in reality, and this kind of stuff happens. Probably if they wasn't on drugs, we wouldn't be here today," he said. The 4-year-old child has been placed in the custody of the Department of Children and Families.
Hot car crimes are on the rise. And with the hot summer months rolling in, leaving a child in a car could result in fatal heat strokes.
It can get very hot very quickly. On a day like today that's 90 degrees, that temperature can increase by 20 degrees within the first 10 minutes, which is usually what's doing the most damage. And then as time goes on, it's getting even hotter and hotter, up to 140, 150 degrees in the car.
On Tuesday, a 2-year-old child died in Holmes County after being left in a car for at least 14 hours.
The majority of these children are ages 1 to 3.
A similar situation over in Panama City Wednesday. A Colorado couple leaving their children in a car without AC while dining at a restaurant. Thankfully, the kids are okay, but that couple has also been charged.
If you leave a child in the car for under 15 minutes, it's a first-degree misdemeanor, unattended. And if you leave a child in the car longer than 15 minutes for great bodily harm or the child's in danger, you're looking at felony charges.
So what should you do if you see a kid unattended in a car? Call 911 and act fast.
If the child seems to be in distress and it's hot out and there's no one around, break the window and save that child's life. Don't stand there and be like, what do I do? What do I do?
Officials say forgetting a kid in a car could happen to anyone, but there are ways for prevention.
Look before you lock. Check the back seat of the vehicle for your child or infant. Make sure that they're not there. There are other reminders you can have on your phone, and I know some new vehicles now actually have reminders that pop up on like the screens that say, check back seat for child. There's some other things where, you can have a stuffed animal in the front seat or a baby diaper bag, and that'll kind of cue you to look in the back seat before you exit the vehicle.
In Panama City Beach, Jamilka Gibson, News, Channel 7.
Hey guys, The Last Outlaw here. Thank you all so much for watching this video and subscribing to Bethea'S Byte Reloaded. I appreciate the support of this little engine powered by you. Did you enjoy this video? Do you want to give your feedback on it? Here's what you do. Like this video to get more eyes on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to click the notification bell and set it to all to be notified of future videos. Share this video to your social media. I respond to your comments, good or bad, so drop your thoughts here. Be sure to follow Bethea'S Byte Reloaded all over social media. At Bethea'S Byte True Crime on Facebook. At EKB316 on Twitter. At Bethea'S Byte Reloaded on YouTube. That's with and without the punctuation marks. At EB The Last Outlaw on Instagram. At King of Hearts 316 2021 on TikTok. You can email me at kingofhearts316_09@outlook.com. This is your home for news, opinions, debates, your voice, and justice served. This is Bethea'S Byte, and it's reloaded.